Hey guys, this is Aaron here, and today I'm gonna teach you guys a tutorial on how to swap a 2018 multifunction display from a Subaru WRX or STI into actually a 2015 to 2017 multifunction display as we have here. Just to show you guys what this multifunction display has. As you can see on the left, we have the climate controls, also the seatbelt light, and then here we have our boost gauge, time, temperature, and then if you scroll down we have the calendar, fuel economy information, some more fuel economy information, the traction control system, extra information here, and that's it. Then I'll show you guys what the new 2018 multifunction display has compared to the 2015. But the main difference is that the screens here aren't separate. They're actually together in one. So you see the climate control on the top and the boost gauge on the bottom. So way cleaner look, way nicer for the 2018 model. So let's get started. So the tools you'll need are actually a plastic prying tool right here, and I would suggest using one of these to pry this plastic, just because screwdrivers, flathead screwdrivers might actually, if you're not careful enough, might scratch or crack the plastic. But if that's the only thing you have, it works too. Just be very careful. So first thing we want to do is remove this these vents here to access this panel, and then after this panel we'll remove the multifunction display cover right here. So perfect. Now we have this. Now that we have this vent out, as we can just leave it hanging here. The main thing is just getting it out of the way so we can get this panel off right here. From what I've heard, this panel is actually very difficult to get off. Like, you don't really have good grip on pulling it off or anything. So what I've been told is that these holes you can just put a zip tie or a piece of string or something behind it so you can really give it a yank. So I put a zip tie through these two holes right here. Let's hope this will work, but we just try to get it. There we go. It's out. And I didn't have to pull that hard, but it's out. The next thing we need to do is remove these Phillips head screwdrivers, as you can see here. These Phillips screwdrivers actually hold in this multifunction display. So after we remove the Phillips head screwdrivers, you can see the whole multifunction display with the cover comes out. Just fidget it out. Perfect. Okay, when you're pulling this out, remember that the multifunction display also has a plug. So we gotta make sure we don't pull too hard, and remember to remove it before we take it out. So now that we have this whole multifunction display removed, we need to make sure we got to take the actual display off from the actual cover and then swap the 2018 in. Another thing to really know from this install is that the 2018 multifunction display actually has a completely different plug compared to the 2015 to 2017. However, I can explain when I put a side-by-side comparison of the two, the differences in the plugs and where you can get an adapter so that you can swap this plug and plug in an adapter to work with the 2018 multifunction display. So yeah. This is what we removed from the car. To remove the actual multifunction display from this cover right here, there's actually two screws on the back, two Phillips head screwdrivers, and basically we just unscrew these. once he's removed, the multifunction display should just come out, as so. We'll put this cover to the side, and then we'll install the new one later. This is the 2015 to 2017 multifunction display right here. Right next to it here, I'm going to put in the 2018. As you can see, the 2018 has just one full screen compared to the 2015 to 2017. And installing it is as simple as it sounds. You just literally put it back in, the cover right here, and then put those Phillips head screwdrivers back in. So now the 2018 one is in. We got to figure out the adapter / harness issue. So I actually contacted David from AE64.com. Really well-known guy. He makes a lot of harnesses for different applications. And I emailed him telling him what I was actually doing. There's actually a lot of people that order different harnesses from him, including this one. Just shoot him an email and he'll make you one. And really good quality stuff. Here's the adapter right here. As you can see, the old multifunction display used a plug like this, exactly like that. This is the going in adapter. And then the new multifunction display uses an adapter like this, a longer adapter. This longer adapter requires this side of it. Basically, the adapter is as simple as it looks. Plug in this side, the other side will plug into this side, and then boom, it should work. So first things first, I'll plug it in here. Now we'll go back into the car and plug this in, test it all out, and button everything up, and we should be all done. So now we're back in the car. Here's our multifunction display. We want to get this plug that we have in the back in that plug, and then just make sure the orientation's correct. But once it's plugged in, everything should work. So now that everything's still plugged in, we didn't really unplug anything. We can give it a shot and see if this multifunction display is operating as it should. So give your car to accessory mode. So all lights work, I see. Multifunction display seems to work. We can try the options out. Way cleaner display, guys. The transitions are awesome. A lot of people seem to have had the fuel economy information reset on themselves, but for me it looks like it's working just fine. The temperature, the climate control is now on the top. The fan speed. Well, the fan speed's right there. Let's see. Modes. Everything works just fine. So now that we know that everything works, turn everything off and we'll button everything back, reinstall everything, and we have a new 2018 multifunction display inside a 2015-2017 STI. Make sure you guys click the back in, guys. There's two prongs here that you really gotta push to get a click down. Boom, I'll click down, all secure. Next thing we do is remember to cut that zip tie that we did, but install this cover back in. We can install this the climate control HVAC back in. So make sure the insides are lined up. That's where the air comes through. Make sure it's all lined up. And you just want to use some gentle force right here, just to Put it all back in. And then it should have clicked all back in. All clicked in. Making sure everything works. The hazards work. All these controls we tested earlier. And that's it, guys. You have a 2018 multi-function display in a 2015 and 2017 WRX or STI. One thing to really remember is that I do have a 2016 STI with the new Starlink unit, and from what I know, the backup camera displays on the screen from the 2016 models and above. From the 2015 models, from what I know, the multifunction display in the 2015 ones are the backup camera. This multifunction display will not work with a 2015 model unless you have an aftermarket head unit where the backup camera is relocated towards the screen. Alright, thank you guys. More videos coming up. Let me know what I can do better and leave a comment below if you have any questions.